Hey guys, it's Shaman, back with another episode of TD++, a series where we help you get the most mileage out of just a single TD+ and get your foot into the set on a budget. Mushoku Tensei TD+ is a fantastic and great way to get into the set. Upgrading it naturally builds itself into one of the two meta builds that this set offers. Let's get right into it. The highlight of the TD+ is the level 1 combo, Jobless Reincarnation Rudeus, which is a high quality level 1 advantage combo that some sets would kill to have. Kaguya. It combos with a choice climax, it mills up to 3 cards, it gives decent selectivity, and it also pumps itself to 7500 power with the climax in play. Not only that, but there are a few additional cards in the booster set that support this climax combo specifically, making it a fantastic engine to build around. Other noteworthy cards in the trial deck include the level 0 climax swap Lowly Scornful Eyes Unfriendly Roxy. The utility of being able to swap a climax in your hand with any climax in the waiting room is excellent, and almost all modern Weiss decks tech into this utility. Roxy has the added benefit of pumping any character, including herself, by 1500, which is excellent. Finally, the level 3 Chant Roxy included in the TD is a great generic level 3 tech option, bringing additional healing and finishing power to any deck. We'll be taking this deck through a series of upgrades that will incrementally add new cards and strategies and showcase how to improve the TD step by step. First, we'll be taking out some of the weaker cards in the TD and filling them in with easy to find cards that you could likely pick out in a pile of bulk commons and uncommons. The level 0 options in the TD are lacking, so we're adding in 2 solid options from the booster set. Almanfi the Radiant attacks for 3000 power, and when he reverses a battling opponent, he goes to memory and comes back the next turn, effectively giving us a free card to use on the following turn. Mischievous Smile Roxy is slightly smaller at 2500 power, but has the double trigger or twin drive effect. When she attacks, you can pay 1 to trigger check 2 times, doubling your chances at triggering a climax. Since we will be, spoiler alert, using the TD Paul Brainstorm in our budget builds, the additional chances to trigger climaxes also gives us a higher likelihood of accessing his 2000 power pump. These are both solid budget options for level 0 cards. I'm opting for more of the Roxy to synergize with the Brainstorm. We also add a single copy of Unraveling Heart Lilia. She's amazing in certain matchups, and with our various search utility, it's easy to find her when we need to. At level 1, we're bumping up the climax combo to 4 copies. This will likely be the most expensive part of upgrading, but it will pay dividends later. We're also adding 2 copies of the event Amulet of the Midgard Race. I think this event is insane, giving us access to an immediate and then delayed search with no downside, which can help us get multiple turns of multiple climax combos. You do need a Roxy character on the field to play the event, which is why we're running Welcome Party Roxy as our secondary level 1 attacker. The rest of the upgrades are simple. A 2-1 Just a Child Rudeus rest counter as a way to interact with our opponents in the late game, and max copies of both TD level 3s, both to play and to level for experience. The game plan is all about setting up the level 1 climax combo, so the level 0 drop search and the 1-0 event should prioritize getting those whenever possible. The 1-0 event and Graduation Exam Rudeus can facilitate getting the 1-0 combo back into your hand after your initial level 1 turn, and the climax swap can help get the right climax to combo again. The deck can hit for high numbers with the 1-0 Roxy, pumping Sword Training Paul at level 2, and at level 3, Roxy is a 1 Midgard show with both heals and burns to close out the game. Since we don't have too much of a payoff late game, your choice climax triggers will most likely salvage the hand rather than send to stock. Step 2 in the upgrade process adds additional utility, especially focused around making our level 1 combo excel. Seductive Invitation Heiress is a popular utility card profile that mills and adds level 1 or higher cards to our hand. In our deck, the primary targets are the climax combo and the 1-0 event. Speaking of the event, Audible Gasp Roxy, maybe I should stop reading the card names, can salvage the event, and she fulfills the condition for the event to be played. At level 1, we trade the TD Roxy cards for booster set Roxy cards. Culinary Class Roxy gives all our level 1 climax combo Rudeuses a whopping 1000 power on top of her global 500 power effect, which means that Rudeus becomes 6500 on defense and an incredible 9000 power with the climax combo. In the Sunlight Roxy gets up to 2000 power and has the ability to pay 1 and draw a card when either the From Master to Disciple or Blessing climaxes are triggered. As of this list, we will be running both climaxes. At level 2, we add another counter, this time the Ghislaine counter, for an additional good card to salvage when we trigger a choice climax. We're also adding 2 copies of each of 2 different Rudeus level 3 cards that can come out at level 2. Living Earnestly Rudeus and Life Starting Line Rudeus. Now before you go, but that's a double rare! My sources tell me that this card will be extremely affordable, and if you can't get one, then just add more copies of the other. Living Earnestly Rudeus has an easy early play condition and is big. And by big, I mean huge. His ability to turn off backups during his battle means that he can effectively remove anything on your opponent's field. And combined with Unraveling Heart Lilia, you can make sure that card can't come back anytime soon. If there's nothing pressing to obliterate on your opponent's board, Life Starting Line Rudeus offers an efficient heal to stock on top of vanilla stats and a 2-soul attacker. The last level 3 character we're adding to the deck is Megurd Race Magician Roxy. She can come out for no stock cost through the effect of Culinary Class Roxy. Her Draw 2 effect can help grab climaxes and events, and she synergizes well with our Trigger Climax equals Good game plan by giving Pay 1 double trigger effects whenever a climax is triggered, allowing us to immediately pay the climax out and potentially fish for more triggers. We're almost there. I recommend 1 copy of Man God as an additional tool for closing out the game. The card disrupts the opponent's board and performs a stock swap and shuffle back effect all in 1 card, which can be killer in the right situation. Finally, we're running Empty Pants climaxes over the TD book climaxes, not only because In the Sunlight Roxy synergizes with them, but we also want to get the choice climax back into our hand as much as possible. The game plan is identical to the first build of the deck. This time, however, we have additional payoffs at level 2 and 3, which means that stock management is key, whether to use it at level 2 to gain advantage, or saving for a level 3 Man God drop to turn the tables. Because of this, triggering choice for stock is now a much better option as opposed to before. Our final step in upgrading the TD is to add in a real finishing package. It goes without saying that since we're already running the Blessing Climax, Warm Gaze Roxy is a logical and synergistic choice. Her ability to choose between a free burn 1 and a stronger burn 3 is great for closing out games, and her price should be reasonable enough for the wallet. In addition, we're adding a small green splash to accommodate tomboyish childhood friend Sophiette. Sometimes you want the stock swap without the shuffle back, and Sophiette can be added by cards like the Amulet Event, Climax Combo, or even just triggering a choice climax. For green cards to clock, 3 copies of Eye on the Forehead Rejured can effectively replace the TD drop surge. We still need to hit Experience 2 by level 1 and Experience 6 by level 2, so you don't want to level green until after level 2. At this point, the deck is looking solid, and the only major upgrades from here would be double rare Rudeus Runners and Roxy Brainstorms. Be on the lookout for an upcoming meta deck profile where we explore a full power version of this deck in depth. That's it for this episode of TD++. Like and subscribe if you want to see more English Weiss Schwarz content, and stay tuned for more Mushoku Tensei content this coming week. Thanks for watching!